So today I wanted to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, this movie literally just came out. I went and saw it on release night, and oh man, is this a banger. I will say this is probably one of the best MCU movies that have come out since Endgame. And not that that's a very high bar or anything like that, with like the releases of Ant-Man and Doctor Strange, just real shitters, real just way down in the toilet. But I will say that Guardians 3 definitely went crazy during this movie. The whole premise of the movie is that Peter is still in love with Gamora. And if you don't remember, this is major spoilers for Endgame, so if you haven't seen that for some reason, there's spoilers. But anyways, Gamora died, but then there was some weird time loopy weird shit, LSD trip, and she's back, but she's the old Gamora who doesn't know anything about the Guardians. Everything before then she knows, but anything Guardians and after she doesn't remember, because she's a different version of herself. So Peter's in the dumps. You see him at the beginning of the film, definitely has a few too many drinks in him, and the other Guardians have to take care of his vomiting ass as he's drowning his sorrows in alcohol. We get a few flashbacks of Rocket's upbringing, and that's the main premise of this story in Guardians 3, is all about Rocket's upbringing and how he became like the raccoon abomination, I guess I would say, that he is now. The whole story basically takes place when the scientists who made Rocket, they are constantly trying to pursue in creating these perfect, not even humans, this perfect species, a big amalgamation of different species. As long as they're perfect, he's fine with it. And I guess this dude who experimented on Rocket and a bunch of other different things, he is credited with creating multiple civilizations, and a lot of people consider him God in this universe, which there's been a lot of gods. A lot of them have been pretty fucked up shitters. This guy is a whole new level. We get a glimpse into what Rocket experienced and the hardships that he went through when he was being experimented on at a young age, when he was just a tiny little rice patty in the patch, as I would say. But this movie is definitely good, but not without its flaws. The movie itself is pretty good, but a lot of scenes are contrasting with each other. It was really jarring at times, especially for me, when there would be a really sad scene and then followed up by a really funny, happy scene that happens, and vice versa. They would interchange, and sometimes it'd be too contrasting, where I'd be like, whoa, okay, the tone constantly shifts throughout the movie. That is probably the biggest gripe that I have. Other than that, acting was pretty good. The CGI and the story was good. It all made sense for the most part. They did introduce Adam Warlock and his mom. I didn't even know Adam Warlock had a mom, but she is featured in this film. I don't really remember her name. She was kind of forgettable, to be honest, but we find those two, and Adam Warlock is this universe, he's made by the god dude. I don't remember his name either. Sorry. But basically, he made Adam Warlock and sent him to go retrieve Rocket because Rocket had like the smartest mind out of all the species and like highly advanced animals, I guess, and people that he's made. Rocket had like the spark somehow, and so this god dude wanted to harvest it from Rocket, basically kill him and take his brain and, you know, like nitpick it through like you're going through a Burger King sandwich trying to pick out the pickles and onions and shit. He wanted to do that to Rocket's brain, basically, just pick it apart and see how he can recreate it. So he sent Adam Warlock to go get him, and this turned into like a battle pretty early on in the story. It takes place like probably 10 or 15 minutes into the film, but he like fights all the Guardians, and Rocket ends up getting like shot in the chest by Adam Warlock's like weird Iron Man hands, and Rocket starts like dying, so they put this med pack on his chest to basically have him recover. And this this doesn't work because Rocket has a lot of exo parts in him like Nebula, and so he can't really repair himself either like Nebula can. He has this stopper thing, a kill switch, I think that's what they call it in the movie. They have this kill switch on his heart that the god dude put in, so like if someone were to tamper with it, then it would kill Rocket himself. So they can't use that, and they don't know how to get the kill switch off. It's basically this big whole mission or quest to find this god dude and get this like passkey of data so they can stick it into a program that will kill the kill switch, and then they can put the med pack on to stop Rocket from dying, because he only has like 2 days or 48 hours until he'll die. So that was the whole story, is them trying to like go back and forth trying to get this pass key or passcode to stop Rocket from dying. There's a lot of really sad scenes in here and a lot of funny scenes. I would say that most of the jokes land, so that's good. Yeah, a lot of the sad scenes are very contrasting to the funny scenes. I think they wanted to take a more somber approach, or a more low-key, laid-back approach to this film, and not so over-the-top humorous like the other ones have been, at least from what I could remember. I haven't watched the other two films in a long time, but yeah, this 2.5 hour adventure is definitely one that I would check out, especially if you were let down by all the other MCU movies after Endgame. Rotten Tomatoes gave this an 80, IMDb gave it an 8.3, and I would say that's pretty accurate for what I felt. A lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot of people, a few people that I saw give it reviews were giving it like 2 out of 5 stars, basically. All the bad reviews that I've seen so far is just people that are like butthurt that it's not like over the top humorous, like there's actual sad scenes in a movie that made them sad, and that's why they're reviewing it poorly, but they even say that the movie's good. So I don't know. I'm gonna give this an 85 though. I thought it was a real good film, and you should definitely check it out. Honestly, I would check it out in the theater even. It's a very, very good film in my opinion. The only gripe that I had obviously was that the sad scenes and the funny scenes were sometimes very close to each other. There wasn't a lot of time to process the last scene, and then you're hit with another like peak roller coaster of emotions. So that's the only thing that I would be wary of, but other than that, it's a very good film. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to review that, and thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.